Great. Okay. So, welcome to Outright TV, a video and podcast series bringing you stories of LGBTI people and allies across the globe as we face the COVID-19 pandemic together. I'm Yvonne Wamari, Africa Program Officer at Outright Action International, and today I will be interviewing Salome Nduta, a woman human rights defender based in Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome, Salome.
Thank you very much, Yvonne.
So I've known you for like over 6 years, so I know a bit about you, but the listeners don't. So can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Okay. I'm Salome Nduta, currently working as the Director of Programs at Defenders Coalition. This is an organization that exists to support human rights defenders who are at risk. I have been a defender myself for over 20 years, doing nothing else but defending rights in Kenya. Mm-hmm. Currently, my main focus is women human rights defenders and anyone who associates themselves to be a woman. That does not mean that I don't protect rights of other defenders, but out of passion, I have decided to support more women human rights defenders because their challenges are unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so in the years that we worked together, I learned a lot from you. Yeah, just so you know. And you say your career has spanned 20 years, and I would even say career, or is it a passion, social justice, being a voice of the voiceless. And 20 years is a long, long time, and you have been recognized nationally and internationally, right? In 2018, you were the first winner of the Scottish Bar International Human Rights Award.
Definitely.
So how did that contribute to your work?
First, at a personal level, the fact that somebody appreciates what you've done over time, that gives me confidence that all what I have done has not gone to waste because somebody has recognized that. But beyond the personal satisfaction, the award has given me visibility as a woman human rights defender in Kenya. The award has enabled me to create new networks, not just within the country, but also outside the country. But of importance, the role and place of a woman human rights defenders when it comes to advocacy and protection of rights has been put at another level. And for me, that is satisfaction enough.
Wow. I know you work with a lot of women human rights defenders, and you've actively actually been involved in establishing grassroots movements in Kenya as well. And human rights defense work is not easy, especially for women human rights defenders. Especially in a country riddled with like impunity and excesses, it's very, very challenging. What has driven you? What drives you and keeps you going, especially now during this time of COVID?
I think it's the little changes that people are able to make. When you wake up in the morning, listen to the news, read newspapers, you're just seeing desperation within people. You see something you can do, and that is what drives me. Trying to bring that little change to a person, making that person happy. In a time like this of COVID, where people are forced to stay indoors, there are people who do not have food. So you are indoors as a woman, your kids are crying, they want food. You do not have food, you do not have a source of income, and there is nothing you can do. So we've teamed up together as women human rights defenders. We are calling ourselves Women for Women Initiative. This is an initiative that seeks to reach out to women during these times of COVID and just touch their souls, assure them that we are in this together. And what we are doing is sharing the little that we are able to save within our families and share with other women out there who might not have food, who might not even have people to talk to. So the Women to Women Initiative is an initiative of women defenders who are putting together food, detergents, clothing, and just going out and sharing with women in informal settlements. Beyond that, the Women to Women Initiative is seeking to empower women with building their capacity so that they are able to become secure in terms of income by using the resources that they have. So we have trained women on how to make liquid soap so that they can save the little money they have at home to buy food. And where possible, if they can manage to sell the liquid soap at a relatively affordable rate or figures, then they will make income on the side.
Wow, that is a great initiative. My God, I had no idea. I've been seeing a lot of things happening, but I had no idea it was to that extent. Maybe if I can just add one more question. How is the initiative involving marginalized and minority women as you go by, you know, the work that you're doing? A number of them live in informal settlements. So how is it inclusive?
Let me say this, and maybe if I tell you, you might think, no, this is not true. I was once homophobic.
Yes.
Long time ago, I was. But when I came to realize that we are all human beings, I have never turned back. So some of the things I've been trying to do with women human rights defenders and other defenders is to make them understand that rights are equal for everyone. So we try in our work to ensure we become as inclusive as possible. Let me mention that there are certain groups who have been left behind, even in championing of rights. So the network or the initiative that we are coming up with is an initiative that tries to bring everybody on board. About a week ago, we got a request from Mombasa of women lesbians who only needed sanitary towels during this time of COVID. Nothing else for them. And the sanitary towels are intended to be shared with young girls. Because one of the challenges is that when your menses come in the middle of the night, when there is curfew, you can't go out. Exactly. So you need to be equipped with some of these items so that when the time comes and it is in the middle of the night, you don't have to struggle with the money I have. Will it go into buying food? Will it go into buying water? So elevating some of those challenges where somebody is struggling between balancing their needs, and some of these needs are as important as food. So in terms of our inclusivity, it's just trying to find out what is happening to other marginalized groups within this time of COVID. Because naturally, they have been marginalized even previously when there was no COVID. And what COVID has done is to add another layer of marginalization or concerns that they have to deal with at this point in time. So as defenders, as women defenders who champion other rights, our work is also to link with the lesbians, the gay who are out there, sex workers who at this point in time can't even do their business because normally they work in the evenings. Curfew kicks in at 6:59 when sex workers probably would be leaving their homes to go to work. So how do you support such a person who no longer is able to fend for themselves and their families? And that is those are the discussions we are having, and just asking ourselves, what do we do for this kind of group? How do we put our little resources? Who else do we need to bring on board? And finally, we are reaching out to other women who have not interacted with these groups and just asking them, are you able to contribute? Contribute as little as you can. And I can tell you, I have already received contributions up to 5,000 from people who just saw us posting the little we are doing. And they are saying, next time around, we may not be able to join you, but here is our contribution. Some of them are people that I don't even know. I don't even know how they got my number, but somebody is sending 500 and calling you and telling you that is for buying unga or soap for the women that we saw you feed. So I think with time, the solidarity that we are building as women is solidarity that is intended to last even after COVID.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Salome. That is a lot of work that you guys are doing on the ground. And, you know, we just hear the stories of the suffering of women in informal settlements, but you guys are out there actually trying to make a difference. And it's amazing. So I think that's it for us for now. And thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me about this and about the initiative that you are working on with the women human rights defenders in informal settlements. Thank you for taking your time to speak with me again, once again, for Outright TV. And I'm Yvonne Wamari reporting for Outright TV. And stay tuned as me and my colleagues we'll be back soon with more stories.